Does a property manager need a real estate license? Depends. Watch this video and I'll tell you why. Are you the property manager managing your own property, or are you hiring someone to manage your properties? Okay, I'm going to get into a lot of the things you need to look out for when looking for, the pitfalls of this, but also does the person that's going to manage your properties, if that's the direction you're going, have these resources? Do they have these qualifications? But first and foremost, what I recommend is everybody that's in real estate and they're a real estate investor, and this could be controversial. I don't really care. I'm sharing with you what I've done and what's worked for me. Is I recommend everybody that's buying real estate and owns real estate to be their own property manager for a period of time, at least a year. You need to learn what to look out for. You need to understand it because it's a blind spot for a lot of investors. What do I mean by blind spot? I mean, we end up giving away as investors a huge amount of money to collect a check and deposit it at the end of the month. And for what? For that? Yes. Is there things that could happen? Yes. There's issues that happen with properties all the time. No different than if you're working a job site and there's issues that happen. The more that you understand the things that could go wrong with a property, how to overcome them and fix them, it makes you a better, well-rounded investor. So that's why I recommend everybody doing it before they just hand over the reins. Because if you are just handing over the reins and you don't know some of the things, then you may get taken advantage of. This way you have the experience, no one can take it from you, and you won't be ran over. So again, I recommend everybody that's a real estate investor, before you run out and just hire a property manager, manage it yourself for a year. I also, if I'm doing commercial, as far as leasing goes, because oftentimes a property manager might be leasing it. In commercial, I'm going to co-market and be showing and leasing right next to the agents that are going to be doing the same thing. So these leasing agents, I end up typically meeting them 1-to-1 ratio. If they rent one, I rent one. What's that do? Well, it saves me a lot of money in commissions. So something to think about. So if you're managing your own properties, do you need a license? No. You can manage your own properties without having a real estate license. Here's the thing though, if you're hiring it out, that person does need to have a license. And here's the things that they need in order for you to hire them, or the things that you need to look out for to make sure they have. They need to be a licensed agent because they're going to understand the rights, tenant rights, and be well-rounded in state laws and real estate law. You don't want someone coming in, managing your properties that's not, diverse in the real estate laws, doing, call it discrimination or something like that, opening up you to a potential lawsuit. They also need to understand tenants' rights and landlord rights. A good property management company is going to understand those and probably even have an attorney on staff to help go through any of those potential issues. It's not that they just need a license if they're managing your property. They're going to need these other qualifications. They're going to need a collection company, a company to be able to dispatch handymen as needed. So you have a whole division taking care of maintenance on properties, water heater busts or something like that. Someone to get out there right away. Could be an AC unit, whatever it might be. The collection piece is huge. I mean, without proper collections, you're not getting paid in rent. So that's something that you want to be sensitive to and be on. You want to make sure you're using current and relative agreements, legal agreements for leases. You want to make sure that those have been gone through with a fine-tooth comb, making sure that they're the most current and up-to-date. Also, at some point, maybe is this the highest and best use of your time? If you're doing real estate investing and you're also a property management company, I actually kind of like it. But also, you could get to the point where you can't take it anymore and you have to farm it out, or maybe you just bring it in-house. A lot of people, I think it's a viable source. Instead of outsourcing it, you bring in a manager to manage that whole thing that you've already built. Something to think about, because then if you do have your license, now you have your base of your business, and now you have inside your business another vertical. Think about this for a second. If you have enough properties or you've created a property management company inside of your business, you could start taking on other people's businesses as well, or other people's assets. And now, guess what? Pretty soon, over time, you've created this financial vehicle of being a property manager that spits out a residual income for you maintaining and managing these properties. But guess what else happens? You have a constant flow of properties to possibly buy, because at any given time, one of the people's properties that you're managing, maybe they just decide to sell and they contact you first, because again, you are an agent too. So you could decide to sell it or buy it and put it in your portfolio. It's already in your portfolio of assets that you're managing anyway. So food for thought. If you like this content, do me a favor, subscribe by clicking the button below, and we're going to bring content to you like this daily. Another area that you need to be careful of is deposits. You need to make sure that deposits are held in a separate account. This is why it's really good to have legal on your side as well, and make sure that someone on your team is fully versed in this. That's why having your license is so important, so you can make sure that you're not commingling or putting deposits in the wrong account and so on. So being your own property manager is great. Making sure you're legal and compliance is even better, so you don't get sued. Again, though, at the end of the day, I encourage everybody to be their own property management company and learn these type of techniques and what it takes, because you could, again, build a business within your business before you know it, and now you've monetized your time, energy, and effort. And even if you decide not to maintain the status of managing your own properties, guess what you've done? You've learned it. You could outsource it then, but you could also make sure that you understand so you aren't taken advantage of. I want to thank you for following this video today, and in doing so, you could click on the link below and get your free copy of my book, Truth or Comfort. In the book, we go through my story, but we also go through what's more important is all the different areas of real estate investing and how to be successful in real estate investing. This book has a lot of great content in it and some of my stories that have helped me become successful in real estate. Check it out. It's yours for free just for watching this YouTube video. Give us a thumbs up though, at least. Go make dreams happen. Come on. What are you waiting for? Go get your copy.